Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about relations some more. A relation can be represented 4 different ways. The first way is by order pairs. We saw this yesterday. It's just where you list the points out in the set symbols. The second way a relation can be represented is with a table. The third way is by a graph. And the fourth way is called a mapping diagram. It's called a mapping diagram because it shows how the domain values is mapped to the range value. So on this example, 2 is mapped to -2, 3 is mapped to 4, 5 is mapped to 6. If you notice, all 4 of these represents the same relation. This one right here. Important. This is important. A function is a relation in which each element of the domain is paired with exactly one element of the range. In other words, the domain values, the x values, cannot repeat unless they have the same range value or y values. All right, example 1. Determine whether each relation is a function. So let's look at A. Take a minute or two and think about whether this relation represents a function. Again, the definition of the functions is above this example. If you said this is a function, you are correct. The reason it's a function is because none of the domain values is repeated. All right, let's look at example B here. Again, take a minute or two and think about whether this represents a function or not. This is not a function. The reason it's not a function is because if you look at this point right here, this point here is 4, 1. I meant 1, 4. This point down here is 1, 1. These 2 points have the same domain value. The domain value of 1 is repeated. Therefore, this is not a function.